Alright, so now that we have our stills correctly built from the project, let's look at what it looks like on the side of the printer. So instead of me walking over to it with a camera, I just VNC'd into the printer to show you how this works. Alright, there's two main applications that you're going to need for 3D printing. One is called Slicer, the other one is called Printrun. I have these located in my home folder, and the one at school I think is located on the desktop. So okay, so I'll just go in here. The first thing we're going to need is Slicer. And Slicer is definitely most likely on the desktop at work. And if you page down, you have bin, and there's the program. You can right click on it and say open. Okay. Now, there's going to be a print setting. You go import by load config. The one I just had was fast and sloppy rusty. So it spits out as much plastic very fast, and rusty is the name of the printer because he's rust color. So this changes, and I'll have the name of the actual INI file that you're supposed to be using for class located near the computer, or you can just ask. Please make sure that there is printer settings down here. Do not use the default. Alright, now I've conveniently put those still files on the desktop, so I can just hit add, or I can go over here to desktop, Blender for print series, unit 2, and I have my stills. I have my horizontal and my vertical. I could just click and drag those over. Now the fan is going to be in this direction. Okay, so I might want to do this. Since the fins are located on this side and air can get trapped in here, that's the direction I want to put this. Now this one, I'm not sure where the slits are. It could be going this way, it could be going this way. So I'll have to find out after I rip. There's only one setting that I want you to worry about right now. And that's under printer settings, extrude 1. It's nozzle diameter. Okay. Now we're going to be changing this from a 0.5 to a 0.45. If you print it at 0.5 first and then a 0.45, you'll see the difference. So please note that, let's start out 0.5. Go back here, and let's export G-code. I'll export this in the same folder. I'll call it forms. Okay. Now sometimes that takes a long time, sometimes it takes 2 seconds. You'll see the progress bar below. Okay, now let's go get Printrun. Also located in the home run or the home folder. Printrun. Now this is a Python Python, so it doesn't look like an executable, but you want Pronterface, period py. So double click on it. It'll ask you to run it. Perfect. Now I've unhooked all the printers, but please know that I have 3 printers, but I unhooked the other 2 because I'm in the other room, so I can't really see the printers. So what I did is there's a drop down here, and there'll be 3 ports. What you do is you hook up to the port by hitting connect, and whatever printer you want, you just have to make sure that you test it out by hitting this button right here. You should see the arm move in the X direction on the printer. Okay, so if you do not see that, please choose another port, like disconnect, connect to the other one, and then hit connect, and then try again until you see the arm move in the X-axis. So the extruder head will move back and forth. Alright, now this one's pretty easy. The filament should already be loaded, especially for these introduction lessons, but just know, make sure you hit monitor print, load file, forms G-code, and you can double click this. Alright, now remember the fan is pointing in this direction, so if you hold shift and wheel down on the mouse, see these fins? I want these fins to run this way, that way air can go across them. Alright, so wheeling the mouse down and up gives you a preview of what each and every line is going to look like. Notice, however, right here, these are going to be hollow in this area. Okay, I don't see any in-between fill as I roll the mouse. So that's where it's important to know when to change that number. In this case, if I pick 0.45 and do another export of G-code, choose 0.4 or the forms 45. And I always name those a little bit different. That way, later on, if I want to print one that's just weak but fast, I can. Or just for demonstration of the video. Alright, let's go get that one and kind of look at the preview for it. So in the other application, load file, double click, wheel down. Alright, right about here you can see that there is an in-between fill. And it happens every line. You can't really zoom in and zoom out, but that's how it works. Good. Let's close that out. And now all you do is have to hit print and it should be good to go. You'll see several things happen. You'll see the heater heat up and you'll see the bed heat up. The bed has to heat up before the printer or the heater can. So the heater is the tip and the bed is, what it rests on, the piece of glass that goes back and forth. Now, depending upon what I have and which printer I'm using, most cases the temperature is going to differate. So the bed will probably reach like 78 degrees, and then the heater is going to reach 230. And then when both of those events happen, then it'll start printing. You can see that because I'm using mains current to heat the bed, it happened very quickly. Bed's all heated up. Alright, so that is how to print. Now we'll look at the results in the next video.